Now continuing on here, what I've gone ahead and done is, because I was pretty confident these last four pitches, Ti, Do, La, Sol, I went ahead and I filled them in on my staff. Now you'll notice I didn't bother to really fill in note heads or put stems. I really lightly just drew tick marks on the lines or in the space. I can go in and fill that in later to make it a little bit nicer or clear, but in the interest of time, I don't want to waste time on things that I already know. Instead want to focus on these things that I don't know. So as I come back here towards the beginning, we now have to figure out, okay, what is this jump to start the baseline? Once I have that, I know that I can get this next note. And then we have another jump down and then a step up from there. So one of these two notes, if I can get it, I know is going to give me the other one. I don't even have to worry about what this jump is unless I'm sure of it, but that's a pretty big jump going down into T. Now, one of the things that I want you to focus on here is when I just isolate these first two chords is what type of harmonic change do we actually have? Because I know it's a leap up. Listen. Does the chord change a little bit, or does it change pretty dramatically? And the reason I'm asking is because if we can figure out what common chords there are, or common notes there are between the two chords, we can kind of make the whole thing a little bit easier. I know that I didn't hear the same melody note. I know that my melody definitely stepped up, which might be a pretty good clue later. If I know that my bass line is leaping up, I'm either going to have basically I'm going to have these choices. In these dictations, we generally don't do leaps bigger than a fifth. So I'm either going to have a third up, which is Do, Me, a fourth up, Do, Fa, or a fifth up, Do, Sol. Do, Me, as we've talked about a lot, is going to signify a change from 1 to 1/6, and therefore it's not going to feel like the chord has really changed a whole lot. We also already know we have Re in the melody here, so we know that this really can't be Me, so it's just a matter of figuring out, is this Do up to Fa, or is this Do up to Sol? Let's listen again. If we isolate it, there's that perfect fourth, and then we resolve it up to the fifth. So if you kind of know that's the importance of knowing the intervals intuitively in your head. The interval we heard was and not and matter of fact, though, like I said, that second option, Do to Sol, is actually where we wind up. In the third chord, we get the actually we get the Summer Lovin' bass line here to start this. So I'm going to go ahead and just real quick make a note. Again, I'm not even taking the time to notate. I just know that that's Fa. Sorry, I'm doing this through my phone, so my penmanship kind of is lousy. Fa to Sol. And now I've just got to figure out this next little bit. So I'm pretty sure that I've heard do, do, do. Now I know Sol generally wants to go to Do. This chord, because it's Sol on the bass, is probably 5, or it might be 5/7. Again, I'm writing this really lightly. Let's hear what it actually does. Beginning. Really common interval going down. What we did not get was we did not get the Sol Do perfect fifth, but instead we got still a leap. But we got the satisfaction of that. The only other option here would be if Sol were to go down to Re, and I'm going to kind of sketch what that would look like in a second. I'm guessing here, I'm actually going to put both options here, that this is either going to be Sol Me or Sol Re. There are only so many places that a 5 chord can go. Basically, 5 can resolve back to 1 like we expected to, or 5 can resolve up to 6 in a deceptive cadence. If I have Re in the bass, I can't have a 1 chord or a 6 chord. So really, that's not even an option here. Just by knowing what 5 chords do, I can eliminate that possibility and know that this is going to be Me. And therefore, I now have the rest of my progression, because this is going to step up to be Fa.